morning. We'll invest it here. Videoing from the shop fit out today. But still make, I guess, peace with the fact that I will be videoing in public settings. So that's a bit weird. But yeah, I thought I'd take you for along for the ride and what I'm doing here at the moment. So this is the inside of the place. Me swap the video. So this door opens up and everything opens up. I'm busy. So the way I'm doing this, I've got to watch my gazebo. It seems to be wanting to fly away. That thing. I don't want to video that way because there's a kindergarten there, and I don't think it's right videoing that way. But that thing wants to fly away. I might actually go and put that quickly, fasten that before it flies away. Okay, fixed up. So I've got to move all that stuff now out to get to the paneling to do that face. But the way I'm doing this, Len, the guys where I get the container from, he gave me the idea of using those loops that's in the container. See those ones? And they're all opposed or opposite each other, right you know, in line. So you fix it at the top there, the strap, and then this side with the turnbuckle, and it pulls this wood so hard against this metal that it's bloody solid. Like, look at this, I'm leaning on that, it's not even buckling. So that's what's holding on the wall. Yeah, so I've got to move that stuff because I'm busy just doing this bottom plate. I've lifted it about finger so that there's airflow. I was gonna insulate the back end of this, but condensation and containers is something that's not often spoke about. Let me flip the camera around again. Condensation in containers is something that I think, from a maker point of view, or people doing container fit outs or some sort of thing, it doesn't. They don't emphasize enough how much of a problem condensation in container is, because these surfaces, you know, if you've got an unaerated area on the inside when it's closed up, and the metal gets cold, even if there's only a couple of degrees differential between the two temperatures, condensation will happen, and there's normally cooling happening at the bottom of these containers of water dripping down these inside faces. So to aid to the airflow behind this wall, I decided to lift that bottom plate up, you know, to increase airflow and not do the insulation. I think the insulation will whip too much moisture, and yeah, so temperature wise in this container is something I'm going to have to figure out going forward, but it is what it is now. The circus has already started and the monkey's nose is bleeding. It still has to carry on. So I've got to move these things, get this ply up, mount some ply. I feel I need to mount a sheet of ply to feel a little bit more, you know, just the morale boost, I guess, and carry on. So I'm going to do the bottoms, and then I need to do the wiring for the power. Oh, it just hit me, I didn't do anything for data, but I might actually just run the router next to my desk. So we'll see. Anyway, I'm going to carry on. What a day. What a day. Oh, my back. Hold on, I'll swap the camera. Stupid thing. Got the walls up. There's going to be a toilet, little cubicle toilet here, and then more racking here. You know what? I did it on my house, and I don't know why I didn't think about it before I did this, but what you do is you take a thing called DPC. A friend of mine gave me that idea, and you put the black DPC on the timber where it's going to shine through, and then you put the wood on. Now I'm going to have to mask all the panels off and paint these negative details black. But and all this timber needs a sand down to get all the weird little marks, and a whitewash look of paint, and it'll look real nice. And then the suspended ceiling will just go below that line, so you won't even see the top there, and it'll be nice and open airflow. And then little toilet here, 45 there, shelving there, and then all of this from the air about there all the way that way will be full, just racking. And then the length of that door, effectively a desk counter setup. And then I've already run all the power cables. There is ample power in the back there. I think there's 4 in that wall and 1 on this wall. There'll be 1 right there, 1 here. A little distribution board will be in the toilet up there. And then I will be running the lighting and all the switches to switch the power on, the lights on and on, not the power but the lights, on a conduit just on that board there. So I'm planning to run some downlights up in the suspended ceiling, and then when I've done the roof, overlaying the container roof with the signage on, I'm going to put some downlights. I've got a couple of big high bay lights that I will be hanging off there, so then during the night, if I am out here, I've got lighting outside as well. It's going to be powered completely off solar. I'm going to be running, ultimately, I think I'm calculated I might be able to get 10 kilowatt hours of solar panel on the roof, and then inverter there, and then one of these bottom racks will have the batteries on them. And the container is going to be lifted 400 mil, so I may put a steel box with a generator underneath it as well. But all in good time. Under the container will be the water tanks for water, and charging station on that end for charging batteries. But I put sockets on the wall, or power for sockets on the wall, so that I can just move the charger rather than move the batteries. I think that's a better way to deal with this. Yeah, and then later on I will put some flooring down, and it'll look nice. And I was thinking, little island here, little table and chairs raised, have a meeting around, office kind of there on this counter that I'll be building, a small little kitchenette kind of thing here. Still have to design that, but also like on the racking, extending that, a coffee machine, and then the smaller items that I'll be selling will go on this wall, and then everything else will be larger batteries. Yeah, it's coming together. So it's been quite a mish today with the wind. That gazebo nearly went over. Luckily I tied it down, and it nearly went over the roof of the container. If it went over the roof of the container, boy, I don't want to know what that would have meant. So, lesson to self, I will need to 'Cause I don't even know if you could be able to put some pegs down in this gravel soil. It is quite hard, but for the time being I will go without the gazebo. I think, yeah, it's looking pretty good. I'm pretty pleased with my effort today. It is now, what is the time now? I think it's like 6:37ish, I think 7. So it's a bit messy at the moment. I've got to sand everything down, get the negative detailing, paint it all. And then tomorrow I'm going to be getting the timber for the ceiling. Most of the timber that I'm going to be using is already here, but I need to get a couple of long 6-meter lengths that will be basically the main anchoring points on these loops that you see here. And it'll just drop down below this line, so you won't even see it. I'm going to try my best to make it as nice as possible. I don't know how I'm going to get the whole structure up there yet, but I'll cross that bridge when I get there. One bridge at a time at the moment. One bridge at a time. I'm going to clock off for the day, go and make some food, and rest. Tomorrow I've got a strip cable. That's priority number 1. And then crossing another bridge. See ya.